Madelin, and I'm here today with Nick from Prairie Sun Healing Company, and we're here to talk a little bit about what his company offers.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. All right, so I was wondering if you could give me a little bit of a summary as to what your company sells, like which you only have the one product right now, right?
Yes, so what we offer is botanical healing salve. So it's a cannabis infused salve that is full spectrum, and we offer it in a number of scents, but that is the only product that we do offer.
Okay, and what does full spectrum mean?
So full spectrum, it includes all the cannabinoids that come with the cannabis plant itself. So it's not just a single THC or CBD product. So there's a number of other compounds that are associated with the cannabis plant that allow the cannabis to be much more versatile and affect a wider range of ailments that it can treat.
Okay, I imagine that's quite difficult because I guess one interacts with the other all the time, and you always need that interaction.
Yeah, when they're singular, definitely it's all extracted, but the plant itself is a genius, and it has a beautiful synergy that it already offers. So I really believe in not kind of messing with that side of it. Once you start extracting single compounds, then they get individualized. They don't have the same homeostasis that is felt when they're all in combination together. So, and it's been proven that it's a beautiful benefit to have cannabis full spectrum, especially applied on the skin, ingesting, or inhaling in some sorts.
Okay. I've heard of cannabis creams before and salves, but usually they are just offering CBD. Is full spectrum something that's offered across Canada, or have you ever seen another product like it?
Yeah, so this is the first full spectrum salve that I've come across. Definitely most of the other ones that I've had interactions with are singular CBD or CBD and THC. In general, the full spectrum beats it 10 to 1, I'll say. Its benefits are amazingly felt, but definitely the product itself, cannabis still has major benefits, whether it's just CBD or just THC being infused into the salve. But the full spectrum is kind of a quality standard that we like to stick to.
Okay. And what benefits, what does this salve heal?
So the salve treats any kind of pain that's related to muscles, joints, or nerves. So really any kind of issues that you deal with on a daily basis, as well as headaches, as in skin irritation or skin damage, because not only is it a wonderful pain relievant and an anti-inflammatory, it also is wonderful for a skin repair or skin healing agent. So it's able to go into the skin. It promotes the cell renewal process, so it actually brings new healthy cells to the surface and allows them to rebuild or seal wounds or eliminate scars or wrinkles or anything like that, as well as act as the anti-inflammatory, whether it be an inflamed nerve, inflamed muscle, or arthritis in joint, or any kind of swelling within the body.
Okay, wow. So it's pretty versatile, you'd say.
Yes.
Okay. What are some ways that you've used it personally?
So personally, I've used it for concussion problems as well as general sports injuries. I suffered about 7 concussions in high school, and I grew a huge tolerance to Tylenol and Advil at the time from taking too much of it, and then began to see the negative side effects of taking something like that. And so when I discovered this, I was able to really find relief for most of my injuries, whether it be just a bump on the elbow, a strained muscle, or even my severe concussion headaches that I was suffering from.
Okay, and when you say concussion headaches, how did you apply the salve to treat your headaches?
Yeah, so it's very simple. It's locally applied, so right on the temples, you would just simply apply it right here. If you're getting one in the back of the neck or the back of the head, you could just apply it right where you feel it. And that's the really nice thing. It's not like you take it and then the body has to deviate.
You don't need to grease up your hair.
Yeah, you don't need to use it, even though it is really nice in the hair as well. Yeah. It does good for the hair, but for the headache specifically, just easily accessible through the temples, or wherever the pressure is felt, whether it be the front of the forehead as well.
Yeah. So you have a lot of experience with the salve, but what was your first experience with cannabis itself? Was it in the form of a salve?
Yeah, so my first experience with cannabis is like many other people, trying it at a young age, definitely seeing it in front of you and being curious. And so that was where I first got introduced to it, but it was purely on a recreational level at that time. But then as I grew up and I discovered the truly medicinal value of it, I was able to, utilize it in my life and find great enough relief to start a company and share it with my friends and family. So
yeah. So did you have like a moment where you were like, I'm going to start this as a company, or did it just happen gradually as you were using it yourself?
Yeah, so I traveled South America. I took a little bit of a gap year, I'll say, off from working and going to school, and I did that last winter. So I was gone for a total of 4 months, and I set myself as a standard upon leaving that when I got back I would not get a job for someone else, as I saw myself as someone with wings who couldn't be kept down, and I needed to spread them out.
Yeah.
So when I first got back, I spent about a month. I started a different company, and it was called Nick's Dog Walking. Dog's Best Friend was the name of it. And so I wanted to do something that I loved, which was spend time outside and spend time with dogs. But sadly, that company obviously wasn't part of my life mission, as the pay wasn't good enough, as well as it just wasn't as stimulating as I would want out of a job or career that I was going for. So then about maybe a half a month or a month later after that, I had the idea to create Prairie Sun Healing. So I knew this product already. I'd been using it myself for about 2.5 years, and I wanted to just share it and improve the general playing field of the other products that were out there, and the industry that was there as well. So I saw flaws, I saw issues, I saw quantity, quality, and accessibility issues, and so I knew that I could solve those on all those ends, as well as I wanted to offer, a higher quality product. Full spectrum I knew or saw as a greater benefit than just single compound infusion. And then from there on, it was just kind of the people took me, word of mouth, and starting with local farmers markets just took me to where I am today.
So helping people relieve their pains or aches or heal skin, that's really impacted you and made you feel fulfilled in this career? Yeah,
it's been a very satisfying work to do that. Definitely I'm on the lines of someone who wants to help people, whether it be information, nutrition, products, as well as just general, even mental stimulating conversation can be the big benefit to people. So being able to offer something that's a benefit to people rather than, selling cars or something that isn't necessarily improving the world around me, definitely has been able to fulfill lots of needs of mine, as well as, allow me to appreciate the world around me more.
And when you talk about conversations, so how are you selling your product? Do you get much interaction with the clients, or do you wish you had more? Do you like to consult with them before they use the product? Or is it more of a buy online and consultation will be there if you need it?
So every single purchase goes through me, as I am the only one in the company. But it's nice, I do have a conversation with every client before purchasing or during purchasing or multiple purchases later, as the online systems I have they have to verbally request an order from me, and I have to give a response. And so I always ask, how have you heard about us? And almost 90% of the time it's through a friend or a family who love the product already. So definitely word of mouth has been an amazing thing. And then I'm able to engage with them what they're treating it for, answer any questions, whether or not it works for them or how they can apply it or how to use it. And so it's really been nice to have those conversations with people and share educational information and bring people up to speed on this, amazing product that they can utilize.
Yeah. Have you ever changed somebody's mind about cannabis? Has anybody ever called you out at any of your events and you've had to deal with a controversial topic?
Yeah, so my biggest people that I've changed my mind or their minds are my parents, for sure. They have been against the cannabis from the very beginning, maybe more so as not understanding it and trying to protect their son, but definitely my stance was education and information, so I was able to open up their minds in order to see the benefits and against the recreational side, as well as at the markets it's a lot of curious people. There's few and far between who have any conflict or issue with the selling of this product or the legitimacy of the product, but lots of times I have had individuals who are like confused. They've learned something so ingrained in them that cannabis is bad for them and that it'll never help anything and it's the worst thing ever, and then now in turn they see the news and they still disbelieve it. But now when they're meeting me, I'm always happy to have conversations with those people and talk them through it and not just be a bouncing wall of anger or misinformation. Really just kind of side on the sides of facts and calmly and presentably offer them the new way, and not forcing anyone to try it. When the sample tins are open for them to try and see the benefits themselves, but definitely not holding anyone down and putting it on their skin.
Okay. Is there any risks to using the product?
So in general, I'd say there is 0 risks to using the product. The only side effect felt from the product itself when applied topically is the relief from what you're looking for. There's no highness associated with this product. Even though it is full spectrum, it gets fully utilized in the endocannabinoid system, which is located in the skin, and so none of it actually ends up getting to the brain. And it's a beautiful product. There's no minimum or maximum. You can apply it over the entire body. Even if you were to take a little bit and apply it on, let's say, some sore gums, there would still be no highness felt from it, just based on how the body utilizes it. So the risk is very minimal, if anything.
Okay. And so what would you say your hardest obstacle to deal with when you first started was?
My hardest obstacle definitely was keeping up with orders. I really found it tough to make batches over and over and over again, just based on the volume that I was going through. But it was also because I was making smaller batches. So another issue that I dealt with definitely at the beginning was time management.
And what would you say your current obstacles are now?
So right now, definitely still keeping up with orders is a big issue, but I've increased my size that I produce, so it's been able to, compensate for that. But at the same rate, it's flying off the shelves just as fast, proportionally wise. So it's definitely, something that is an exciting challenge to go up against. As well as the only other one I could see is, hanging on for dear life while this company grows at the speed that it has. It's been an exciting, fast ride, but definitely, staying aware and maintaining the company as it kind of grows is my biggest task, I'll say. That has been enjoyable, just as all the other tasks, but definitely something that's been interesting to observe, the rapid growth.
With all the rapid growth and everything, do you ever worry that you might grow too big to maintain this mission statement that you have now of locally sourced ingredients and made with love, so happy workers and everything like that? Do you think that's going to be hard to maintain?
Yeah, I can definitely see that as an issue, and I see lots of companies go down that road of once they get to size, that quality falls off. But I definitely see it more so as you just need to put the right person in charge. You set your standards at that, and that's what you can offer nothing less than your own standards. So definitely my goal is to get to a point where even if it's just the manufacturing side, that's really all that needs to be controlled, is how it's manufactured. And then the selling part is not so much where the locally sourced and wholesomeness comes out of it. So as long as I can maintain control, or if it ever does get passed on to someone else, get them to keep that standard itself, then I could see it being where it's going, and that's what I want it to keep it as, definitely.
So it's more about knowing what you can handle and then getting the right people to take on what you can't handle anymore. Yeah,
for sure. Putting the right people in place, and that's a skill that I'm developing, but definitely, coming to understand is how to know that, yes, I can do everything to a degree.
To a certain extent.
But there are definitely skillful people out there that I can utilize and let them shine in where they shine and have everyone grow together. So
it's very important to you to have the right people working, not just necessarily somebody who's good at their skill, but the right attitude too.
For sure. And not even the right attitude, just the right attitude. It's more so the right person, how they fit with me. Because in the end, most people get a job for money, but I see that not being as one of my qualification standards for hiring anyone. I don't want them to be in for the money. They can definitely make money through this, but they have to be at a standard of wanting more with the company, or to see more from the company. So that's kind of a standard of hiring that I've set.
That's great. Okay, so how would anybody get in touch with you if they want to purchase any of your products?
So we have our website, which is prairiesunhealing.ca. On there you can check out our selection of scents and then send in an email to sales@prairiesunhealing.ca to place any orders. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, so check us out on there. And through any of those platforms, you can message in and share it around and ask any questions, and we'll be able to help. We do Winnipeg-wide delivery for $5 charge or pickup for free, of course, as well as Canada-wide shipping. So we're able to help anyone out throughout the entire country.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so that concludes our interview with Nick today. Check out his website at prairiesunhealing.ca.
CA.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.